Yeah, we're live.
What's up, combatants? It's time for the breakdown. We're gonna break down Raw and SmackDown. Maybe not so much Raw. Maybe I don't know. But anyway, this is me, JB3, my boy AD Nasty here. Just like we're always here. We're live. We're fast. We're raw. We're raw. Raw is not. So we're gonna start the show today by talking about pretty much how trash Raw was. It was really, really disgusting. We hated it. We're gonna try to see a little bit of positive parts of it. Maybe there'll be one or two, or probably not.
Probably.
So,
I doubt it.
yeah. So yeah, we're gonna try to talk about Raw, and then we're gonna go and we'll feel a little bit better about SmackDown, and then yeah, it's gonna be a good time. So AD, tell me, what do you think about Dolph Ziggler? What do you think about the 45 minutes that he spent getting pushed as a savage? I don't know.
I mean, he came out of nowhere last week. The beating was brutal. It got over. I was cool with it. And then it was like a continuation of what happened last week. And then he runs backstage, comes back. He's all bruised. You could tell the makeup got slapped on him a little bit. And he starts cutting this long-winded promo. You know, I get where they're going. They needed a big name that they can bring to the Saudi show and put against Kofi. That, you know, he's a part-timer at this point, so they don't need a big storyline. They push him at Kofi. Kofi gets the rub. You know, Ziggler gets to cash a check, and we move on with our lives. 45. That took what, 35 minutes, almost 40 minutes of the first half of the show.
It was a long time.
Too much.
He cut the promo, and then Kofi, and then he beat down Xavier, and then.
Oh shit! Wait, real quick. Yo, Xavier Woods from the Breakdown Boys to you. Hold this L. You've been getting your ass whooped for a little over a month now.
Every time he
up, down, learn how to duck. Everywhere, homie.
Man, he did not put in the cheat code successfully
at all.
Yeah, you know, Raw. It pisses me off, bro, because I was spending time watching this shit, and I could have been sleeping. Excuse my language, but I could have been sleeping, or I could have been doing anything. I could have been doing laundry. I could have been eating a brownie. I don't know. I could have been watching Supernatural. I've been trying to watch that lately. I don't know. But I decided to watch Raw because I'm being, you know, loyal to Raw. And then, of course, I got to watch because we do the show. But I'm starting to think like, man, I don't even we're getting to that point, bro. They went so in the first like hour and 20 minutes, there was like a minute and a half of wrestling on a show about wrestling, and there was also like 8 commercials at that time. Shout out to my boy Trav. Just to let you know, my boy Trav, he's my brother from another mother. Yeah, he's my homeboy. He also loves wrestling, and he has a commercial counter for every time we watch Raw. He tells me the count. And every time before it's halfway done, we're like double digits. It's ridiculous. There's like commercials. There's like an hour and a half commercials on Raw.
Yeah, easily. About an hour and 15 minutes. Easily is just commercial. So we're sitting there for. I'm telling you, I don't watch it live anymore, man. Like the other day, she had to remind me. She was like, "Hey, aren't you supposed to be watching wrestling?" I was like, "Man, listen, I'm gonna wait for that thing to DVR so I can fast forward through the bullshit." Because it's getting to the point that, I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm supposed to be sitting here doing a breakdown. There's nothing to break down, man. What's there to talk about? Let's talk about Brock and the Boombox.
The Brock and the Boombox, man. I mean,
you know what I mean? Did that man really do a running man? Did that dude really do the running man?
He tried. If he didn't do it, he tried. Maybe he was almost there.
Almost. It was more like the jogging man, right?
Yeah, more like it. He has a little country in it, a little bit of hick in it. But the Boombox, hey, I was digging the shirt, man. Brock party. I don't know. It's almost like I don't understand what they're doing. Like I honestly think that Vince McMahon just goes back live and just goes off of on a whim. Like, do this, go out there and do this. Go out there and do that. Son of a bitch, you go.
According to that shoot interview by Mox dropped some gems on the Jericho podcast. He broke it down how it is.
Did you listen?
Hell yeah, I listened to that thing.
I listened to it as well. It was great, dude. Yeah, and it's exactly what he explained is exactly what we can see happening as we're watching their product on Raw. We can see through it and see how it's all chaos and ridiculousness.
Yeah, man.
After Brock Lesnar and after that, we're gonna talk about Seth Rollins and Baron Corbin. There's nothing there's nothing else to talk about for Raw, brother.
Not really. I mean, Baron Corbin sucker punched AJ Styles for no effing reason. just to get some heat.
Yeah, it's
stupid. But it's not like Corbin needs the heat. Nobody likes Corbin. No, I'm starting
to like him now. I'm starting to like him. And I don't like it. I'm starting to like him.
I never had a problem with Corbin. I like Corbin. I like the fact that everybody hates him.
Right, but I'm not even talking about like the man. I'm talking about the character. I'm actually starting to like his character. Like it's starting to crack me up because he's starting to be like, man, I don't know. Like I have a feeling like he might be a big player. I don't know.
Give him a couple years. I think he's gonna set the world on fire. Yo, can we rate this episode so we can be put out of our misery with this bullshit?
I'm gonna give it a 0.5.
You're gonna give it a 0.5?
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna waste my breath waiting it. It's get less than what you gave it. It gets a 0.2.
All right. 0.2. 5. 12. Raw was garbage. It was a hot garbage.
It was a hot ass mess. A hot ass mess.
Made SmackDown look great. SmackDown, it wasn't even that good. I'm gonna lie. SmackDown wasn't that good, but compared to Raw, it was great. I was happy to see in the beginning Kofi Kingston and Kevin Owens. Like I was just happy to see a wrestling match. Like I was like, I wonder how long. And we got one right now. Cool. You know, but you know something. I'm sorry. Let me say this. I did not need to see any more of Dolph Ziggler after I seen all of that shit on Raw. Excuse my language. I did not have to see all of that. I really did. I could have went without seeing Dolph and Kofi. I could have did the Kevin Owens Kofi match and then give Kofi the win, call it a day. Do all your other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't feeling it.
It almost seems like with Dolph Ziggler being the fact that they're building this Saudi angle and they're doing it in 2 weeks, that they're cramming what they would have done in 4 weeks time-wise on TV all into these 2 weeks. Like, you know, if they had a month to build each week in total, they probably would have had 30 minutes of story time to work with. 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, pay-per-view payoff. 2 hours worth of story and build up, couple little promos here and there, boom, payoff in a pay-per-view. What they're doing is 45 minutes here. You got 22 minutes last week. Got another 15 minutes on SmackDown. I'm good. I know what you're trying to do. Dolph jealous. He came out of left field. Let's move the fuck on.
Yeah, you're trying to make him look like he can lose. It's going to put Kofi over. You know, I want Kofi Kingston to be the WWE champion forever.
I know. You've made that quite clear, my brother.
So, yeah.
Fight
the Charlotte and Lacey Evans they were sipping some tea together, bro.
Real quick, the one thing I did want to mention, spot of the night. It's like a 3-part spot of the night for me. The KO frog splash to the outside, the KO frog splash on the inside, and that flipping senton that he did. That is a very nimble, chubby motherfucker. Let me tell you.
He's got it, bro. He's that dude is legit.
Yeah, he is.
It's crazy because you could look at him and see, you know, you got a belly, but he doesn't. I used to work with this dude at the factory. His name was Pete. He was this big white, like heavy set. He was kind of heavy set. He was like made of cheese, dude. It was just for real. Like his skin was made. It was a certain cheese to it. He smoked cigarettes. He was flubby and fat, and like you wouldn't think of anything. But we went to the gym one day, and I watched this dude run 5 miles on a treadmill nonstop, and I was like,
yeah, Cheddar Boy. You said Cheddar Boy got some cardio.
Yeah, it is what it is. So you can't look past that. And Kevin Owens, he's the man. He makes SmackDown good. But yeah, what'd you think of shit?
You
What'd
know
you
what
think of
goes good
Becky?
with cheese?
Huh? Say what?
Uh, you know what goes good with cheese? You know what goes good with cheese?
Crackers.
Tea.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Crackers.
It's true. Yeah,
Yo,
Charlotte
so
and
these two
Lacey
broads
Evans. Yeah, what about these two broads?
were
They were
sitting there
sipping tea
sipping tea.
together. Really? I'm doing a show. Sorry, guys. So yeah, they were sipping tea together and talking about just doing their promo. Becky, blah 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 blah. And Bailey, blah 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 blah. I don't know. I would have been cool with it, but then they do the match, and then Lacey turns on Charlotte, and I don't know. I think it's to me, I'm confused. I don't know
Yeah,
what I don't know what's going on.
I just think it's I see two things that come from that. One, you can look at it the way the marks look at it. Oh, bad guys, eventually they turn on each other. They don't work well together. They're both heels, they're both bad guys. Or you could look at it like this. A lot of people are saying, they're pushing them because they're both big and blonde and tall and blah blah blah. And you know, they're calling them, the twins or the clones or whatever. I think they're trying to put some distance between them two. You know what I mean? So that way Lacey gets her own identity and is not, in the shadow of Charlotte.
I don't even know. They should just keep her on Raw, man. I don't know. It's the wild card, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we
And
know
then you
what
got
they're
a lot of
doing.
truth running all over the place. And then everything with the 24/7 title was kind of whack
Man,
this week.
fuck.
I don't want to see. Let me say this about it. This is what I want to see. I want to see remember how R-Truth won it, how he tricked him, and then slammed him down, and then the referee came up out the car. That I like that. Like do that kind of stuff. Like
Yeah,
do some
inventive
crazy
shit.
stuff. But don't just keep running around and having the same people chase him and doing
You
nothing.
know what I mean? The
Yeah.
undercard of insignificance is running around chasing this man. It made me sick to my stomach to see hobbling ass Matt Hardy chasing R-Truth for a shitty fucking belt. I said it last week. I'm gonna say it this week, and I'm gonna say it next week, and I'm probably gonna say it the week after that. That gimmick, the belt, the whole thing is trash. It's garbage. It's shit. It sucks. It can suck my dick. I don't like any of it. And the more fucked up part about it that really pisses me off is that I don't like Carmella either, and now she's intricate storyline of the shitty belt and the shitty gimmick. So fuck you, WWE, for making me watch this stupid thing with R-Truth running his stupid ass around. Oh, everybody look at me. Ever since I won this European title, it's real fucking funny. Fuck that belt. I'm good. Move on. Let's talk about something else. I'm good. I don't even want to hear about it.
I ain't even know what to talk about, man. That's pretty much it. SmackDown was a wrap. We know how you feel about that 24/7 title. Honestly, the last thing I got to say when it comes to Raw, rather than come to SmackDown, I ain't gonna say nothing about NXT because I still enjoy NXT and I think they build everything great. And we're gonna find out in 2 days, and you're gonna find out when you actually go to take
Yes,
over.
sir. NXT
But
takeover.
yes, but the WWE, you see, they're gonna be in trouble soon because AEW have got their hands on Jon Moxley, and after hearing everything that he had to say, it's starting to say he said it. They're going to war, and I'm excited for that. WWE, if they, Vince has been in this. He's been in this battleground before. He's walked this battleground. He knows what's up. But the only difference is he still has the mind of 1999. He doesn't have the mind of 2019. And
And the people he has around him, he shuts out.
there, I'll say this right now, and I'll put this on my word. He has one chance. There's one hope that he has to save his company. There's only one man who can save his company,
Oh,
and
who's that? His son-in-law?
that's his son-in-law, the cerebral assassin, Triple H. He's their last hope. He really is. He really is.
If he ever gets into that seat of power, that's one thing. But So the old man, decides to go sip martinis and go play golf. That shit ain't never gonna happen, B. It ain't
unless
never
he
gonna happen.
unless the
Um,
XFL buys it.
if the XFL takes off, we'll never see Vince McMahon again.
That'd be great.
Yep,
I
I'll
watch
take it.
it. It'd be a good
Hey,
season.
we got a couple more minutes before we sign off. Since we did a preview for AEW, do you want to rate this SmackDown? Get this week of shit out of our minds and cleanse our palate with a little AEW rewind, a little AEW breakdown, and then we'll rate that and sign off.
Yeah, that'll work out. We could do that real quick. Yeah, SmackDown 2.
Give it a 2.
2.
I really like that KO Kofi match. I like the Becky and Lacey match. 2.1. It's never actually, it's never gonna get higher than a 2 as long as I see this 24/7 belt being. They should just call it the track and field belt because all it is dudes, undercard dudes chasing each other around. Listen, if I worked at the WWE and they said, "Hey, listen,
Oh my God.
this is what we want you to do this week. We want you to run up and down this hallway chasing this stupid dude for a belt. Like, kiss my ass and fire me. I'm good. Send me home."
Hey, you got to get that out of your brain, bro. You know where you would go. You would go to AEW. And we could talk about the whole Double or Nothing pay-per-view, and it was a good pay-per-view. The Battle Royal, the few matches, but let's focus on the last 3 matches if you're cool with that, because those, to me, and I'm not gonna knock on the rest. I actually enjoyed the whole thing. I really liked the women's Fatal 4-way. But the last 3 matches to me were like gold.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. The only thing that saved it for me was the last 3 matches because I was sitting there watching it with my girl and my boy and a couple of his family members, and I'm sitting there like, yo, this right now is a little mediocre. It looked like high school gym wrestling, you know what I mean? And when the
What
Super
exactly
Smash Bros, huh?
What do you mean? Which part?
All of it. It was mediocre to me. The women's match was okay. The best friends and the other dudes, there was a lot of flippy high fly stuff that was
Man, I was really impressed by Angelico and Jack King though. Like that was some good stuff. And yeah, like I like those guys, and I like the best friends too, because I like how they teased up the hug. It's something that they always do is they tease up the hug and stuff.
That match was dope, and then they ended it and they shut the lights off, and then 2 guys pop up that nobody knows who the fuck they were. The people in the audience was chanting, "Who are you? Who are you?" So
I guess they called the Super Smash Bros. I don't know. I didn't know who they were either.
You don't even know who the fuck they are.
Yeah, I didn't know. I wasn't. I'm not gonna hate. I can't. I got an open mind to that kind of stuff. Is it's like a debut, so they destroyed them. See what they got. Whatever. We'll see what they got. If they, there's always at one point you don't know who someone is. You're gonna see someone for the first time sometimes. So you just gotta wait.
But like that.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird.
Yeah, turn off the lights, turn them back on, and then these 2 morons are in the ring. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, man.
Wait, you want to know what the opposite of 2 morons in the ring is?
The Young Bucks. That shit was good.
No, 2 geniuses. I was going to talk about Cody and Dustin. Yo, that match. He cut it deep.
He did. He was rusty. He's been rusty. He's been playing that PG TV too long. He said, "How do I do this again? Oh, fuck."
He was like, "Man, I'm going all in." He went all in. Hey, but it really, man, that match was so like emotional. Like they wrestled differently. Like they told this rich story in this match. It was so cool. And man, at the end when he asked him, to be my older brother, and they both started crying. I didn't know why, but I'm on some wrestling page on Facebook and I seen it somewhere. I think it's like, I don't even know what it is, but they said this is why they were crying and they were it's Cody's little promo was almost a mimic of Dusty Rhodes promo to Dustin back like in the 80s or 90s about being a tag team.
When he needed his son. Yeah, wasn't that when he needed him for Fall Brawl War Games?
Yeah, it was
something. Yeah, he needed him for War Games. He said, "Yo, that's right. I remember that promo."
Yeah, and it was like mirroring to that. So like it was really really cool. So that to me that match, I'll be real with y'all. I cried at that part a little bit. I had a little bit.
A little tear.
They caught me up. They always catch me up in the story.
Got you a little sensitive. It's all right.
The Young Bucks, they are good storytellers too. And the next was the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Brothers. So let me ask you, AD. So I really, really was excited for you to see the Young Bucks wrestle. I want to know what you think. I love the Young Bucks. What do you think of the Young Bucks?
I was very impressed. I enjoyed the match. I thought that there was there was too many false finishes, right? But I was very impressed. I was also very impressed with those Mexican dudes too, the Lucha Bros.
Yeah,
I was impressed with all of them. I was very impressed with all of them. It was a very good match.
Dude, Nick Jackson is just crazy, dude. He does these things like he out of nowhere. Yeah, like he'll like he always catches me off guard because he'll super kick and then do something, and all of a sudden he'll just hop up on the ropes and dive out of the ring like in this crazy flip corkscrew thing, and I'm like, man, like he's gone. He just did all that. Yeah, they put on a great match. I wasn't expecting the Young Bucks to win. I was expecting the Lucha Bros to get their titles back. I don't know. See what happens with that. I guess later on. I guess they got another match in down in Mexico, so whatever. But I really that man, they killed it. And then we have the main event. Chris Jericho, 48 years old, main event in AEW's first pay-per-view in his second match against Kenny Omega. And they did it, man. They did it.
I went back to watch a couple of Japan matches because I wanted to refresh myself to see where Jericho was going. Yo, that dude got out of shape, son. He was eating all the ramen in Japan. That boy got fat. He was so chubby. He was in a lot better shape for this one. You could tell he put in some work at the gym, right? But tone the dad bod down. But yo, it was a good match. Yo, you see that fucking table? Did you see the table that they used? That reinforced bottom steel table that snapped like this and then broke like this? Like, why? Of all the tables they could have gotten, they got. Oh my god!
And that's like a normal thing that Kenny Omega does too. That double stomp with a table like that. He does that a lot. Okay, can we sidebar real quick? I just have to throw this out there, and we don't have to talk much about it because I know that we're at the end of this. But I just got to give a shout out to Joey Janela from the Battle Royal. He got Luchasaur. I think it was Luchasaurus. I don't know who it was. Like choke slammed him out of the ring through that table, and that dude landed like right on the top of his neck and head, and his head went through the table first. It looked disgusting. He looked dead, honestly, afterwards. And like, just shout out to Joey Janela, man. Because whoa, I don't know how he's okay. He was okay, by the way. But back to Kenny Omega. They did all their stuff, man. I watched all the stuff. I was kind of expecting and hoping Jericho would win because I knew Paige won the Battle Royal. I didn't think they'd do Omega versus Paige. So and we got to see the Judas Effect. What do you think of the Judas Effect? That spinning back elbow.
Right.
You don't like it?
Nah. It. Even the announcers couldn't really call it. They were like, "Oh, that must have been the finisher." It needs work. It doesn't sell right. It's I don't know.
I can see where you're coming from. I think Kenny did a good job.
Yeah.
And it helped that his nose is broken. Sorry, I hope he gets better, but his nose was actually legit broken. Yeah. So it made it look brutal. And then Jericho won, and then he gets on the mic, and then he's like, "I want to thank you. I want everybody to say thank you."
And you get the Mox.
Mox comes out just like Scott Hall in WCW, just like through the crowd with the cut off sleeves, and just zooms out, and he just boom, dirty deeds.
He decimated everybody.
Referee, dirty deeds.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny Omega tried the dirty deeds, rolled out of the ring, and when they rolled out of the ring and started brawling, the crowd went fucking crazy.
Yo, then he kind of like FU him off the poker chips.
Yeah, he dirty deeds them on the thing, and then FU'd him off, and then posed, and then cut off, and that was Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing was a fantastic show, and I think the last three matches like elevated it, which is I think that's what a pay-per-view should be like. I think the beginning matches you should be, you know what I'm saying? You know, it should get you warmed up, and then the main events should get you like, whoa. I think that was a good progression throughout the night.
Yeah.
I give it, I personally give Double or Nothing a 4.
A 4. For my first experience with a lot of these wrestlers, and you know, I understand how you feel about it. You know, the progression of the card. I guess if I would have been more informed about these guys, and I knew some of the stories, and I knew who some of these guys were, I probably would have been a little more invested. It just felt like a lot of flippy shit from a bunch of dudes I didn't know. But I'm not hating on it. It was still better than anything fucking WWE put out. So I'll give it a 3.6.
All right. Well, hey, there you guys go. That was Raw, SmackDown, and surprise, Double or Nothing as a main event because it was better. Yeah, sprinkle it on top. Yep. So that's us, man. You know, AD, tell the people where they can find you.
Well, for now, you can find me here. You can find me on Facebook at Adonis Nazario. Yeah, man. I'm like the Candy Man. All you got to do is say my name, bitch. I'll pop up.
Yeah, and you can find me on the Combat Wrestling Network. Hopefully I get a match, but right now I'm only accepting challenges from 3 people, and that would be either Andrew Hayes, non-title, I don't want the title, Hunter Chambliss, Commissioner, Hitman, whatever you want to call yourself, and then, you know, obviously you, Nico. I really, really want to beat you in the trivia ring. So yeah, catch me there, and other than that, combatants, all y'all people, this has been us. We out. Deuces.
Yo, I'm AD. That's JB3. We are the Breakdown Boys, and we out this thing. Deuces.